Come, traveler. We don't have much time, and there is much to discuss. We must gather the others. We are to have a meeting regarding your fate. Do not be alarmed. Well, I shouldn't say that. There's a lot that is going to happen, and you shall be at the center of it, I believe. We have some time as Louis gathers the others, but allow me to explain. Do you recall what I told you about the elder thing known as Jolene? Do you recall about the empty tower? There is something I must reveal to you then. My name was not always Akyurt. I have lived for a very, very long time. To be honest, I had somewhat forgotten how long it actually was. Did you know that I'm older than some of the elves that live in Cuthbert? It's true. I am more than 3,000 years old. I have survived a very long time, thanks to my lichdom. You do not know the circumstances in which I used my power to gain lichdom. It was long ago. I do not know if I will have the time to tell the story, but I will tell you as briefly as I can right now. In most instances, to become a lich you must perform incredibly evil deeds. Things that are considered unnatural. Things that defy the gods themselves. The Raven Queen, for example, does not take kindly to undead, as her realm is death. So my existence flies in the face of that which she is, the goddess of death. However, I found a different way into lichdom. Strange as it may be, the powers that I gained from doing this have allowed me over the centuries to gain more knowledge, all in the hopes of protecting this world. You may not believe this, but before I was Akyurt, my name was Melchizedek. I was the highest archmage of the empty tower, and in that time I was blinded by my ambitions, blinded by my own hubris. It was only with the help of others that we were able to seal Jolene in the empty tower. At the time, that wizard's tower was mine, Melchizedek's tower. It was a place of brilliance. All knowledge was welcome and brought in, but I should have been more discerning. One of my men, one of my former friends, betrayed us, bringing in the Necronomicon. The mad wizard Abdullah Harazed, 'Harazed' 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 That was so long ago. I had brokered, at that point, a sort of agreement with the Raven Queen, ensuring that I would be the last bastion, since I felt it was my mistake which allowed Jolene to live within our existence. I felt it necessary for me to find a way to correct it. So far, everything I have done has only been... the best way to put it, they've only been half measures. Not that I don't want to see her banished from existence, but I can't risk banishing her completely without risking destroying or ripping the tears of reality as we know it in twain. The fabric of reality is very delicate. Something like Jolene, something that should not be. It makes it far more difficult. Over the years there have been many adventurers, many who have tried and succeeded at killing her, but every 100 years or so, she comes back. Sometimes more powerful. But what's odd to me, it's only been 75 years since Cassandra the Barbarian came in with her band of friends. Oh, I did not tell you that part, did I? No, Cassandra destroyed Jolene, not utterly, but destroyed her for a time. But she did not do it alone, and while it was true that Jolene had kidnapped her wife, and that spurred her on, she did not do it alone. I am not able to face Jolene myself. If Jolene's corruption were to enter me as powerful as I am, not to brag, things in this universe would be at such great risk that all would perish, and soon it would seep into the multiverse. But that is not a discussion for today. That is all you need to know for now. I will tell you at a later time more about the adventurers. But for now, you must understand that from my divinations and my understanding of the universe as it is, you, my traveler, are a child of destiny. You have been chosen to help combat this evil. I would not wish it on you, not unless I could help it, but I cannot stop what is coming, so it must be you. But you will not go alone. We must find others who can help you. Others who are not only willing, but able. You have inherent magic in you, and I have seen you use it a few times, but you need greater training. Jolene is not a foe in which you can meddle with easily, and so you must be at your top form. But to understand this, we must first understand how your magic works. Whether you are a sorcerer, whose magic comes from a bloodline, a warlock, perhaps you made a pact with something or someone in the past for power, or maybe, like myself, you are a wizard and gain your power through study, though these are not the only magic users in the world. Do not be afraid, I know it is a lot. I see everyone is gathering around. Excellent. Monstrous.
Hey, How's it going, Akyurt? What's going on exactly?
The time has come.
For what?
To discuss our traveler's future.
Yeah? Okay, tell me exactly what's going on then.
You may have been told by Louis what happened in the forest.
You mean with the High Elves coming in? You told me you obliterated their memory.
I did.
Okay. So what now?
Now we must strike while the iron is hot. That memory spell may be difficult to maintain from a distance. It could break down.
And what do we do then?
I'm glad you asked, Louis. It is unfortunate, but if someone finds out that I have altered their memories, it won't be long before they undo the magics. And if they can do that, which the High Elves are very capable of, that means they will be after the traveler.
But why would they be after the traveler to begin with? I mean, I know they were said to be assassins, and I know that they believe that they killed their king, but it doesn't make any sense.
No, it does. You see, the traveler I've come to know is a child of destiny.
What, you mean like their mother was named Destiny?
No, Walk. I mean that they are special. It is my belief that the traveler will play some part in destroying Jolene. And maybe, if we're lucky, this time it will be for good, and we can free the empty tower and Eubrasia from her control.
That's a tall order, don't you think?
The tallest. Have a moment. Did you summon the others?
I did. Yeah.
Even Thalt?
Yeah, he's on his way. He didn't seem too happy to be disturbed.
Should I be, friend?
Thalt? A long time it's been.
I have been keeping to my experiments, and the pleasure of our company.
I see that.
You have summoned me here. For what end and what purpose, I wonder?
You did not overhear.
I did indeed overhear, friend. But if you think that this ragamuffin, this traveller of yours, is some child of destiny, tell me, why gather the rest of us here, old friend?
You show once again your intelligence. It is my belief that there are some here who are meant to travel with our traveller.
Whatever do you mean, old friend?
Enough with the old friend bit, Thalt.
Your animosity betrays you. Perhaps you should try calming your emotions.
I am a lich. I rarely have emotions.
Oh, then perhaps a practice in meditation might be of assistance to you. Your intelligent mind might need some relaxation of its own.
I wouldn't take your relaxation, even if it were the last gift on earth.
You wound me. Enough. We get it. You're both old. You're both powerful. Can we get on with this? We've got things to do.
And what do you mean that someone here might be a child of destiny as well? What the hell does that even mean? Perhaps he means that we're supposed to protect our traveller.
Servile has a point, yes.
So what? Like, it could be any one of us, then?
I have my feelings. There are those of you who are less inclined to go with our traveller.
Well, you can count me out. I like it here. I get everything I need. Free meals, free sex. Well, not free sex. Well, they pay me, so I mean technically it's free for me.
Yes, thank you, Hakan.
Well, who do you suspect it might be?
As surprising as this may seem, I believe that Wog is one of the said children.
What, me? How can that be? That doesn't seem very possible.
You, if you trace your bloodline, as I have, you have connections to Cassandra the Barbarian. Long distant.
What, you mean I'm not actually a full orc? This blows my mind. So I'm like a half-orc?
More like an eighth of an orc. There's a lot more in you. But, predominantly, you come from a long, strong line of orcs. If you recall, Cassandra's wife was an orc.
Is that why I'm so good at being chieftain in other places?
Yes, that might very well be.
This seems rather convenient. Whom else do you suspect, Akyurt? Perhaps you suspect the werewolf.
Actually, I don't.
What do you mean?
You came to us under strange circumstances, yes. But you have been here for a while, and there's nothing extraordinary about you.
Well, that's rude, but it also makes sense. Shut it, you. What do you mean?
While Louis is an exceptional being, and he is a very close friend, he does not have the air of destiny necessary. Traveller, do you remember the night you came? The storm? Were you travelling alone? You weren't. Who was your travel companion? Yes, I remember you telling me.
You mean that automaton, the warforged you met? What happened to him?
Ah, so he might still be out there in the rain. Thought, I need some ingredients that I know you have.
And I would share them with you. Very freely.
Good. Gobbo.
Eh? What's that?
Here is a list of ingredients I need. You and the others gather them up.
With my permission, of course.
Of course. Bring them here as quickly as you can. I'm giving you 3 minutes, understand?
Righto, we're on this, don't worry. We know what we're doing.
It is my belief that your friend, Brick de la Manzana, is one of the children of destiny. Their story makes sense, and they are a paladin which will be very useful against Jolene.
All right. Who else are we going to be sending on this? What even are we doing here? Yes, I would like to know as well what our plan is. I think we're all in agreement here.
I am sending our traveller to the first of 2 locations. There will be much peril in between then and now. Traveller, I need you to seek an item. 2 items, technically. One is with a red dragon I raised some time ago. Not to be evil, but good. He carries with him the pieces of a tome that I was able to split in 2. To him, it is just a mere piece of equipment. He is not evil, it will not hurt him.
What is this tome, exactly?
It is the tome of exalted deeds.
Hold on. I thought that was only an item of legend. I didn't think it actually existed.
It does.
And you're telling me the most powerful item in the world for good, you split in 2? How is that even possible? I thought... No offense, buddy, but if you were to touch it, I thought you'd disintegrate.
I thought as much too. But I have been deemed worthy to be in its presence without corrosion. Years of doing good for the world, I suppose. Again, doing what I can for it. It is my belief that the Book of Exalted Deeds can be used to banish Jolene to her home plane and leave her there for good.
So, where's the second part of this book, then?
Within the Sedan forest, not far from here. Guarded, unfortunately, by an evil green dragon.
That seems lovely. I'm glad we don't have to go fetch it. Are we supposed to go with them, then?
No. The green dragon will prove too much for any of us. Well, save for me, I suppose. No. We will need to gather a party. They will have to gain strength before they can face the green dragon. But I fear you may have to face them sooner rather than later. There are odd stirrings in the forest now, and its power and influence is growing.
And let me guess, you're worried that perhaps Jolene is setting her corruption on the green dragon.
An astute point, thought. Yes.
It would be a boon to have a dragon on her side.
Which is why we have one on ours. Perhaps if you could beseech the red dragon, he might be able to also help you with defeating the green one. Yes, I know this is a lot to take in. Oh, you've returned, Garbo.
Yeah, here's all the things. What we do now?
Now you must venture out of the stroke of midnight.
What? You for real?
Yes. Find the paladin. Bring him here.
All right, you're the boss, whatever you say.
Hey, I'm the boss.
Sorry, Monstrous, but, I mean, he's a powerful wizard and scary looking. I mean, what with the skeleton face and all.
Never mind. Just go get the paladin. So who else, then? Yeah, who else? What are we going to do? Get the raccoon that's been eating all of our garbage the past few months?
That might not be a bad idea, actually.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, actually. Bring that raccoon in.
I hate to be that person. You know I don't like to speak out of turn. We get it, you're a sub. Move on. But isn't it possible that this is all just smoke and mirrors? I mean, it's only been 75 years.
75 years too early. Something is happening. It is my belief that...
Oh. Someone is trying to force Jolene out of retirement. Someone or something.
Yes.
Something that the Inquisition is perhaps unawares of.
Also, yes.
Friend, your conspiracy theory is seeming more and more likely. Do you believe that there is some cult activity involved?
It would make sense.
Then we must hurry with all haste if we are to cut this thing off.
Indeed.
So that just leaves the question of, we got Wog, if he's willing to go.
I am. I'd like to face this thing, wherever Jolene is. If my great, not that many greats. Well, if my great-great-grandmother was the one who faced it and killed her the last time, then I, Wog the Great, should be more than a match for it.
Perhaps.
So then, what else? We can't all go. It's not like we can get the stroke of midnight to travel on its own.
I mean, technically I could put it on some chicken legs and make that happen, but we're not going to go that route. The Baba Yaga would be very upset with me.
Hang on, wait a second. That bitch is real?
Oh, very. She is unpleasant. I do not like her.
Right. Okay, moving on. So, what else do you expect? I mean, we know that most parties require muscle, which we have technically in Wog.
What do you mean, technically?
And we know the paladin might be useful. From my understanding, they're pretty powerful. But who else? We don't even know if the Traveler is a magic user of any kind.
We do know they are a magic user, but we don't know which kind. We'll have to do some training on that.
And who, pray tell, is going to train them?
We will have to in the meantime, and gather their party for them. You will have a say in this, yes. We won't make the decisions all on our own, dear traveler. You want to see the raccoon? All right. I suppose we'll have to try to trap it then. What do you mean? It's talked to you. It's intelligent.
You mean its name is Omar? Omar, darling. That is the most... You gotta be kidding me. Has anyone ever heard of, awakened raccoons? No, but there are things called rackin. They're raccoon people, basically. They look and act just like raccoons would. But my understanding is they don't usually hang out in the Sudan forest.
This reminds me. There is an old... friend is not the right word.
Fuck buddy?
No. But maybe. Anyway, there's an old friend of mine who lives in the Karan forest. Far from here. She is a witch. She has quite a bit of a following, actually. You might be able to seek her out. She might be able to help you, but first we must gather the rest of your party.
Yeah, you're gonna need a healer of some kind. Do we know any clerics who might be able to go? I mean, we don't want to risk anything happening to you, traveler.
My sense is that you yourself are not a divine-level cleric, no. I think he's right, we need someone. Well, we do have someone who might be able to help us with that. Whom? You're not going to like this, but I know a little goblin who's a shaman.
A goblin shaman? You're kidding me.
Greatest healer I've ever seen. It's amazing, really.
What's their name?
I don't recall at the moment. But give me some time, I'll figure it out and we can call them in.
Alright, fine. Anything else? Well, we could always send a bard. I'd go, but I don't do well with sun travel, and carrying my coffin and debt around doesn't seem pleasant.
That's fair.
Well, what about me? No, I don't think that's a good idea, Louis.
Why?
'Cause you're too attached.
Ouch. But it's true, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, you don't have to say it. It's so rude.
There is much still to discuss. Once we have the paladin, and if the paladin consents, and if the raccoon, Omar, consents, you might be able to pick up some more people along the way. But we'll see. In the meantime, traveler, you and I must plan ahead. This is only the beginning. I understand. There's a lot to unpack here. We will do what we can. In the meantime, let us see what we can do.
If I may, perhaps you and I can join forces and figure out what it is you are capable of.
Indeed, we may have no other option. So be it. Let your training begin, little rabbit.
Holy crap, that was a lot of lore dumping I just did. And I hope you guys enjoy it. Honestly, I love the characters from the Stroke of Midnight. Try to get as many as I can in there, and believe it or not, that's still not all of my characters. I mean, we didn't get to see Arin Wake, the, ghost, or his wife. Obviously, I don't, script these, I improvise these. Part of the reason I do that, too, is to get the authentic feel of Dungeons & Dragons when you play it. Not that you guys care about that. But that's actually the thought process behind it. I don't want to script too much if I can help it, to be honest. I like the feel of it just kind of feeling like an unfolding game. That being said, we are going to see some future characters. But in the meantime, we've got some more great news. LupinStoleMyHeart is actually working on more scripts for Regrets. Turns out we're going to get more of it. I'm excited about that. I've also got another script by Lupin that she wanted to have me do, and I'm excited to do it. So we'll be seeing that next week. And then, obviously, we're going to go back to Teddy A. Bear, Theodore A. Bear, and his adventure. All of these things, so the improvisations, if you haven't caught on, they're all interconnected with the meta plot going on. So I earnestly implore you, if you enjoy the Red Dragon, if you enjoy the Green Dragon, pay close attention because that stuff is going to be coming together in the near future. Maybe not the near future, but in the future. That being said, I am rambling at this point. I want to thank you all very much for liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting. I love all your comments. I'm sorry I don't get to read and interact with all of you the way you deserve. I've been very busy recently. My son requires a lot of my attention. He's 7 months old now, so as you can imagine, there's a lot going on. He's meeting a lot of milestones, so I'm very sorry if I'm not as attentive. The channel growth has just blown my mind, and I really appreciate all of you guys coming in. That being said, one thing I've been considering is merchandise. I know quite a few other of the voice actors that I follow and that I really enjoy, like Date Audio, who's been on the channel before. He's got merchandise. Is that something you guys would be interested in? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks again for listening to me ramble for so long. I really appreciate it. I will see you guys in the next audio. And as always, be sure to like, favorite, share, subscribe, comment down below if there's anything else you want to see or if there's anything you're interested in. And in the meantime, listeners, sweet dreams, and pleasant nightmares.